You know I like funny words, and memer is a funny word.
Gorgeous, baby. You're gorgeous.
This is the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. The show that everybody's talking about. The show that will become a necessary part of your weekly mental diet. The show that picks up where JoshRolfe.com leaves off. The show title that uses the word podcast 4 times. Introducing your host, Josh Rolfe.
All right, here, back in the Rolfe Family Studios. That is my closet, my walk-in closet. I'm not in a walk-in closet. I'm in my office, in my home. Kids are asleep. Wife is reading. I'm talking to myself in my office. But I have this music going in the background. I've got the potential of people listening to this at some future moment. A moment that is not today. And what is today? What is today? What is today? When we are asked that question, we are asked that question constantly. That is one of the most frequent. What time is it? That's a common question. Not any with cell phones, no one, because not everyone wore a watch back in the day. So you're always like, what time is it? What time is it? Now there's clocks everywhere. Clock on our phone follows us around. We don't want it there, but it's there. It's always attached to us. What other questions are we asked? We're asked, I don't know. What is today is one of them, okay? It's getting late here. It always is when I record. So I can't think as clearly as normal. But what is today is a commonly asked question. What is today? And not the time. What is today? Today. Have you thought about what today is? What the word today means? I now have a Facebook page as opposed to a Facebook account, a Facebook personal profile. I have Facebook.com/Josh Podcast. That's right. Podcast spelled out twice. Facebook.com/Josh Podcast is my brand new New Year's resolution Facebook page that I started on a whim on Friday or Saturday. I just decided I wanted to have a Facebook page for a while. And Facebook pages, like people create, there are so many I've created Facebook pages for other projects, for work, for other things, other side projects that I've run that have since gone the way of the earth, projects with friends, started ventures with friends that have subsequently also failed. And now I have my own Facebook page. It's called the Now I Can Say I Have a Facebook page. And the actual name of it is Thoughts on God and Man. It's at Josh. If a branding person or a marketing person were to look at this, they'd say, this is too schizophrenic. It's all over the place. No one's going to know what you're about. What is your brand? Oh, I hate that word. I've talked about it here on the podcast before. Unless you're Ben listening, I've interviewed Ben and he works for Brand Iconic. I love Brand Iconic and I love Ben. But I don't love when people throw around the word brand as if it's like we're totally marketing ourselves constantly. Because I don't like to think that way. I don't like to think, what's my brand? We're complicated people. You can't just label someone as an idiot or a genius or a pianist, or there's a lot more to people than just that thing that they do, right? Are you with me there? So I started this Facebook page in an effort to begin marketing. I know I just said I don't like marketing. I begin marketing the podcast outside of my social media circles, because current social media circles have resulted in this podcast getting out there. It's a lot of friends and family. It is some people that I don't know, but I'd like to get it to more people that I don't know. More people that are interested in this kind of thing. So that's why I created a Facebook page. It may result in nada, but the thing I wanted was to start putting a little bit of money into Facebook ads, and I needed a place to point them towards. It could have been my website, but I thought a Facebook page would be a little more accessible, something that people could write a comment or a question or whatever. I could post there instead of annoying my friends in my circles on Facebook by constantly posting my Facebook page or my podcast episodes and blog posts, which is what I've done sparingly, because I don't want to be the person that's like always me. It's all about me. It's all about my weird blog and podcast. It's all about you. I always say that. Anyway, I have a Facebook page now, and I thought I would launch it by doing something called the Today series. I just kind of pulled that one out of the hat, calling it a series, but it's something I have been working on for at least a few months. I forget how or when it started, but it started with what is now a meme published today that you can find on the internets, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That is, go grab the bull by its horns, or take the bull by its horns. It is a take on that saying. And I do that through a meme. And the Today series will be expressed through memes. This started out with that idea, grab the bull by its horns. I put a little spin on it, a metaphorical use of the word metaphor repeatedly on that, and then turn that into a meme. And the Today series is going to be all about today. It's all about today. There will be some more serious memes, others that are completely ridiculous, and it's the ridiculous ones that make me want to justify it, or at least share with the world why I am doing this to begin with, hence the purpose of this episode. So I have now become a meme creator, or a memer, and that word makes me laugh so hard. It is so funny to think of myself as a memer. To continue to brand myself, I'm now a memer in addition to being this, that, and the other thing. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing these memes, and it is sucking some time from my life, but I'm having fun doing it. And isn't that the purpose of it all? Is to have fun today. Today. It's all about the word today. As the most self-aware blog / podcast / memer person that I am, I felt a need to justify the memes to everyone by creating a meme that I called the anti-meme, that was all about what I was about to do. So, but it doesn't even say as much as it could say, which is why I thought I'd record tonight to tell you in more detail the struggles and the travails of a memer. But now we're at 10 minutes, and I think I'm going to stop at about here and leave that for another time. I thought that would be a funny post about the struggles of a memer, the person who's trying to come up with the memes and the mental gymnastics and hurdles and twisting and turning that they do mentally to come up with the best meme, the best picture, etc. So that's a concept. It may turn into a blog post one of these days, and maybe a future podcast episode. But for now, I think I'll wrap up with this. Check out the Facebook page, like it. It right now has 45 likes. So that is pretty darned pathetic. And if you feel so inclined, please like it. If you haven't reviewed on iTunes, do that. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your today memes. So as this thing progresses, follow on Instagram at Josh Rolfe, on Facebook or Twitter at Josh Rolfe as well. Get a kind of a sense of the spirit of what I'm doing with these. And if you have an idea, a clever idea, some I will open up to the audience for your input. I would love to know what that is. With that, thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week.
Thank you for listening to the Josh Podcast Show, the anti-podcast podcast on God and man. For more information, visit joshpodcast.com. Follow Josh on Twitter at Josh Rolfe. That's Rolfe, R-O-L-P as in podcast, H. Now go and have the best day and night ever. And have fun.